This is a CBS News Detroit update.
Good morning, I'm Sandra Ali. Here's a look at your top headlines on this Tuesday morning. Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams reportedly now suspended for 2 games for violating the league's performance-enhancing substances policy. ESPN broke the news late Monday night. A 2-game suspension would mean he misses Sunday's game against the Titans and then a critical game against Green Bay. This would be Williams' second suspension. You might remember he was suspended 4 games at the start of last season. That was for violating the league's gambling policy. According to ESPN, Williams says he's in good spirits and wants to play again as soon as possible. Thousands of workers at Michigan Medicine in Ann Arbor have now voted to authorize a strike. The United Michigan Medicine Allied Professionals Union represents about 4,500 workers and says the vote came after months of bargaining with Michigan Medicine. The union represents workers in 6 units: rehab, behavioral health, lab, medical assistance, hospital services, and advanced diagnostic and procedures techs. The vote comes less than a week after another union, Service Employees International, struck a tentative 3-year agreement. Lawyers for William Smith, the former CFO of the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy, have now posted his expected guilty plea during a court hearing. Yesterday, Smith told the judge he was prepared to plead guilty to wire fraud. This was after being accused of stealing more than $40 million. However, his attorneys asked for a brief recess and then more time to address what they're calling an issue that they need to look into. A judge paused the plea hearing until further notice. A new court date hasn't been set just yet. Investigators believe he stole money from the Conservancy and used it for hotels, jewelry, and travel. Former President Barack Obama scheduled to campaign for Vice President Harris in Detroit today. And then Harris will be in Michigan. She'll be back in Michigan Sunday with Michelle Obama. At last check, Mr. Trump didn't have any more planned visits back to Michigan before Election Day. His running mate, though, Senator J.D. Vance, will speak at an event Thursday in Waterford. Vance will talk about the importance of Michigan's auto industry and the declining industry jobs. Now let's go ahead and get a check of your forecast on this Tuesday with Troy Bridges. Troy, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra. Yesterday we made it all the way up to 80 degrees, which was 1 degree shy of the record, and just as we predicted it. So today a little bit cooler. I'll use air quotes for that, but still going to the upper 70s, close to 80 degrees in many spots with plenty of sun, but a few additional clouds into the afternoon hours today. So not quite as crystal clear as we've seen over the past couple of days, but still mild. Temperatures at 71 as late at 6 o'clock tonight after warming to 77 at 8 tonight, still close to 70 at 67 degrees. So next weather futurecast will show some clouds building in, mainly those high thin clouds, a few mid-level clouds, and then eventually we track a front, and that front's going to come through on Wednesday and bring just a few showers. Not a big coverage at only 20%, so Wednesday not a total washout, but a big cool down behind the front that does bring some of that rain. Highs today, though, ahead of the front going well into the 70s. Our average high for this time of year on this date is actually 59 degrees. We're going all the way up to 77 in Detroit as well as Ann Arbor, 78 in Adrian today, 78 today in Lapeer, 76 in Howell, and 74 for Mount Clemens and Port Huron. Early morning temperatures tomorrow in the mid-50s, close to 60 in many areas. Pontiac tomorrow at 59, 56 in Detroit. The next 7 days will show more clouds and even some rain chances on Wednesday with that high of only 57, Sandra, by Thursday. Back to you.
Troy, thank you. That's a look at your headlines. We'll be back later today covering stories that matter to you on air and streaming on the CBS News app and Pluto TV.